Hey, thanks everybody. Thanks for inviting me back to the Little Rock Touchdown Club. It is a wonderful event. It's exciting because it's the start of the season. I also want to thank, oh hell, everybody's been thanked, so never mind. Wait just a minute, did somebody just walk in back there? I got to mess with you every time, Dave. You know I appreciate you. It is the truth. We've got 10 guys on our team from Little Rock, Pulaski County. Anton Pierce, Preston Davis, Mason Schick, Alex Johnson, and Marion Harris. Quincy Rhodes, Jabray Shaw, Charlie Collins, Cam Settles, and Grayson Wilson. All of them is doing a great job of representing themselves, their family, you, the state of Arkansas, and the University of Arkansas, and we're really proud to have this area of Little Rock represented with those 10 guys. 24 season. Well, had a bad hip. It was like 24, 25, 26, 29, 30. It was horrible. And I got it fixed. And I feel wonderful. I feel really good about our football team, really good about our football team. Sometimes the unknown, you may not know who's, the old days are kind of gone where you get this freshman and he's there for 5 years, or he's really good, he's there for 3 years and he goes to the NFL. And I think as a fan base, that would be frustrating. Hell, it's frustrating on me too, but let me say this. We have a really, really good group of guys. They like each other. It's amazing how you have 4 or 5 hours, sometimes 8 hours, to piece somebody into your program, and you don't know a whole lot about them. You're trying to learn, you're trying to do your research. But our staff did a really good job of adding guys, not only that we needed on the field, but that we need in the locker room. And so it's just a little bit different. And as a fan base, I'm sure you have to be a little frustrated because it's the unknown. You don't know who we have. You haven't seen them play before for the Hogs. And but I want to tell you something. We've got a really, really good football team, really good football team. It's our biggest team that we've had. It's our fastest team that we've had. And we've got Taylor Green and the other teams don't, and that's how we feel about it. I'm going to go down the roster just a little bit and talk to you about whom you might need to keep an eye out on. I really don't need to, because if you go to the game, hell, you're going to see them. But they did fly me up here privately. I'm supposed to say something. I could be up here like, hey, meatloaf was good, and it was. I don't know what those green things on my plate was. Someone needs to tell me. I've never seen them before. There was some mashed potatoes on there, though. But anyway, go Hogs. Last year, guys, to be perfectly honest with you, with the Tennessee win and all that, they jumped off sides 5 or 6 different times. What a great show on national TV for the state of Arkansas. What a great show for the crowd, our SEC venue, something to be really proud of. And I felt like y'all changed the difference in the game. When it becomes that tight and someone's losing 5 yards every third or fourth play because the crowd's so loud, the crowd wins the game at that point. And that was a lot of fun, and I wanted to thank all of you for that. I went to I don't know what they call it. It's where all the freshmen get in there, 7,000 of them last night, and they get in there and sweat a lot. It was hot. And they have a kind of a little welcome to university. And man, that part, it's always the night before we come here, and it's always so exciting, and I don't know, I don't care really how old you get in life, you're still excited. You're excited about, you guys know, some of you younger than others, but it's exciting to be the head coach of University of Arkansas because I really feel like we're going to put something out there that you can go talk and brag on. I really do, and I want to talk to you a little bit about last year, the last game. We go to Memphis. We had a great crowd, and we go Liberty Bowling, and had a great crowd. And, just when you have more people than they do, you don't just say, well, that's what's supposed to happen. No, hell, that ain't what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to, if you love the Hogs, you're going to have more than they do. So once again in the bowl, we did. We've done it every time we went to a bowl. We've always had more crowd, and we don't take that for granted. But the kids, in the portal world, the kids that were out there that wanted to play for the Hogs, they want to play for the Hogs now. And every time that happens, I know we've got a great opportunity to win because the guys want to be out there, and they want to play, and they want to represent you. You're not on the team, you are the team. I mean, you just are. You're not going to go to practice this afternoon. I did see a couple of you I'd like to invite, and then there's a few others I'm going, no, hell no, we ain't doing that. But there are a few of you in here that I'd like to come out there and help us out. But as long as they have a passion and love for the university and will fight for the university, which I believe that our kids will, we can win football games. Coaching staff-wise, we got everybody back, and except for our corner coach, and that was Nick Perry. Nick played at Alabama, was coaching the Seattle Seahawks, and then he came in. He's done a tremendous job with the corners. I mean, we are big at corner. We have, I think, at least 4, maybe 5 that can win in the SEC, but we're big. I mean, we're 6'3", 6'2". We're big at corner and can run. But we brought in Nick, and he's done an outstanding job for us. The rest of them, of course, we have Coach Petrino back, and history says that the second year with the same quarterback that the stats go sky high, the points go sky high, and it's going to happen this year as well, except for, we finished in the top 10 last year, so that leap's even going to be harder because, hell, there wasn't but 9 ahead of us last year. And so, but I've really been blessed with having Bobby as part of the staff and running things back and forth through him. And the things that the offense did last year were really good. We got to hang on to the football. We do that, we'll score even a lot more points. And then defensively got Travis Williams back for, I think, his 3rd or 4th year now. And the defense is playing well. They're running the football. And then, of course, Scott Fountain, our special teams coordinator. Let me say this. We've got a punter now. I mean, Devin Bell can punt. I mean, I wouldn't trade him for anybody. And we've got a snapper in Ashton Noe. And we've got a kicker in Scott Starsick, a young freshman kicker that we're putting in all kinds of situations. Hell, I put him kicking a 55-yarder when the chancellor came over there to talk to the team. I'm just trying to put pressure on him, that's all. And he's done an outstanding job with his kicks. So Taylor Green is leading us. Let me just tell you a few guys you need to know about. Taylor Green, obviously. What a great kid. I mean, a great young man, leader, playing as well as ever. You guys know he was hurt 8 games last year. He was 40 yards away from the all-time offensive total record in the history of University of Arkansas. So he's healthy. And then number 4, Mike Washington. I normally don't talk about too many guys. I'm going to tell you, he's good now. He's fast. We've had 3 different scrimmages, and he scored 50, 60 yards every scrimmage. And I'm happy and I'm sad. You know what I mean? He's running down there and go, hell, who we got to catch him, But at the same time, you're going, run. It's crazy. It's not fair. Our line's much better, big, much better. That's probably the biggest change there, along with Mike. And then we have a lot of speed at wide receiver. We've been banged up a little bit at wide receiver, hamstrings and stuff like that, but they'll all be ready to play in 13 or 12 days, whatever it is now. And then tight end wise, we got Jaden Platt came in, Polska, Rohan Jones. We've got speed there and size as well. So Braylon Russell has really had a good camp, had a good spring, had a good camp. I think Mike's good for him. You know, I think Mike Washington is pushing him as well, and I think that's good. Rodney Hill's another one. Defensively, I love our corners. They're big. I like our secondary. You like to hear that? Hell, me too. It ain't no throwing the ball up in there and you're going, don't feel that way. We've got some guys that can man cover. We've got some guys that can run in the back end. We've got Xavier and Sori at linebacker, who I think is really, really good. Stephen Diggs, Bradshaw. We've got more depth than what we've had before. And then the D-line, Cam Ball. Quincy Rhodes. Quincy Rhodes is a good player, guys. I mean, really good player. You're going to see a lot of wonderful things about him this year. And then we got a guy named Justice Boone that came in, but you don't know who they are, so I don't need to talk about them. We've got two deep on the D-line that I believe that we can go out there and win SEC games with. Same at linebacker, same at safety and corner. So I feel really good about the football team, really good about the football team, good about the staff. You know how you go to work and you go, oh, hell, I don't want to go to work. I want to go to work. It's fun. You got really good kids. You got really good coaching staff, and it's a lot of fun. You know, I'm excited about playing in Fayetteville the first game. You know, I know where we're at too, but I'm excited about playing at home the first game, and you know we haven't been there for three years, and I think we need that, and we need the crowd. I'm understanding it's sold out, so that's good. And then we come over here and play Arkansas State, as y'all well know. You know, isn't it funny how people are? I mean, hell, we ain't played Arkansas State in 93 years. 93. And I'm going, we'll play them, okay? The first coach, I'm going to, then the first question I get, well, you want to have a home and home? Hell no, I ain't going to have a home and home. I'm the first guy in 90, ask somebody in 186 years what he wants to do. I just made some people mad, but hell, join the crowd. I am glad we're playing Arkansas State. I am. It's sold out over there, and I think it's good for the state. Now, I didn't say every year and all that. I said I think it's good for the state in 2025. Go to Memphis, as you well know. They finished in the top 20 last year. Good program. We'll go over there, and then we have, y'all know we play Notre Dame or no? We play Notre Dame in Fayetteville, national runner-up. Home schedule, you have Texas A&M, who we hadn't played there, I think, till maybe since 13, if I'm correct. I think Johnny Manziel was running out of bounds laughing at us, and I was the fat O-line coach on the sideline, you know, and I'm going, we got to tackle him. And they're looking at me like, we can't. I mean, the guy was really good, by the way. Y'all remember that? You don't. You're too young. He was a great player, but it's good to get A&M at home. I mean, good to get there. And then we have Auburn and Mississippi State and Missouri. And, you know, away games, Ole Miss, Tennessee, LSU, and Texas. I think 6 or 8 of the, depending on what poll you look at, of our opponents were ranked in the top 25. Hell, they got to play the Razorbacks too now. So, you know, if polls, listen, I want to tell you something. The best recruiting class we've had since I've been here was last year. We have some really, really good freshmen on our team. I don't know what the guys who never played a down predicted us, you know, and all that kind of stuff. But I know that we've got a really good freshman class that we do. Hence, if you don't want to rank us, that's fine. Don't you have to play all of them anyway? Roll that thing out there and let's see what happens. That's fine. We don't need to be ranked. If you don't want to rank it, we surprise a lot of people. We ain't surprising me. We've got a really good football team. We really, really do, and we're excited to get out there and play. Now, I've done a lot of talking here, said hell 72 times already. Judy, you remember I used to say D-A, you know, and I've been trying to change it. Heck would be better. Sorry, everybody. Frank, please don't get mad at me. Frank's such a wonderful man. I mean, Taylor, all of you. You know, I can sit up here and be comfortable because I feel like I'm amongst friends. You know what I mean? It's really cool. It's really cool. I got a confession. I think Scott Hamby might have stole that 3 or 4 years ago. Did you, Scott, or just happened to be laying around? That. Oh, hell, you already stole that one. All right, guys. I think Dave and I will stand up here and sweat on each other a little bit. You ready, Dave? My honor to be up here in front of y'all.
All right, Coach. Well, yeah, we'll just do a couple questions, and then those are the 50-yard line members. We may be able to do a few pictures before Coach gets out of here. First thing, Coach, so we're in this day and age of transfer portal, and you guys have been trying to navigate your way through it. You've had a few years of doing that. What have you learned about the players you get through the transfer portal, the ones that work, the ones that don't work? You know, last year you got Jaquindon Jackson, which was a great running back. You got Mike Washington this year. What have you learned about the kind of players you get through the transfer portal?
All right. I do want to say 2 things there. Number one, you had to figure out their parents. You have to figure out where they came from. You have to know the parents. And, man, it's so hard because you don't have that long to figure it out. The ones that the parents are awesome, the young man's usually that way too. The ones where the parents are maybe needy, probably going to transfer the next year as well. So that's probably the best thing that we've done is try to get in front of the parents or get, even if they can't come on Zoom. And we've done a good job there. I'll also say with revenue sharing, this year it has helped us to compete financially and with others in the league. This year will be the last year, I think, where it's going to be some inequality in finances. In other words, a lot of programs push 20, 25 million forward so they could have their 13, 14, 15 million in rev share all available for this class. I think this is going to be at least if the rules go through and the law goes through, that would be the last year for that. So I think it's going to, you know, when we were all even, we went from 4 and 20 to top 20, you know, when it was all even. And so I think this is the last year for that, and then we can compete financially with everybody and anybody in the country. But we have, to answer your questions about the parents most of the time.
If you had to pick out a couple spots on the team, do you think it's going to make the difference between this team being a good or average team and a team that really is an excellent team or a better team than what you've had maybe last year? Would you say defensive line? Would you say the receivers group stepping up? What is the position group that's really going to take this team to another level?
You know, I'm not really worried about any position. I'm worried about depth at the position. You know what I mean? We've got good players. You know, now that we've gone to 105 instead of 120, that's you have to practice a little bit different at times. But probably where we're still developing depth would be on the defensive line, where we have to, because you know those guys, it's a beast in there, you know, and then wide receiver. I'm not concerned about wide receiver. It's just it seems like each scrimmage somebody else is showing up, which is a good thing. Monte Harrison is really, you know, the guys that's 30 on the team. He's really stepped up and done a really good job.
Speaking of the backup, you know, Taylor did get hurt last year. I've heard really good things about KJ Jackson, and really, I mean, he looks the part too physically. He's a really impressive looking player.
Well, he's good. You know, I don't see us going in a transfer portal once Talon leaves. I think we have KJ Jackson and Trevor Jackson, two guys on campus that Bobby and I believe in wholeheartedly, and more importantly, probably the team, you know. And so, but I like where both of those guys are. KJ is learning from Talon, and of course Bobby's doing a great job of coaching him. But I think we have our future at quarterback on campus now.
You're, I believe you're 63, right? I think
Me?
that's right. Yeah, 63.
Yes.
If you could go back and tell the Sam Pittman, who was 23 and had that first job at Pittsburgh State, where you had played, what would you tell him was coming down the road, and what would you tell him about the coaching profession?
Well, you know, my daddy didn't want me to coach. You know, he said I couldn't make any money. You know, and hell, he wasn't wrong much. He's wrong on that one. But you know, the coaching profession is awesome. You know, I mean, it's great. There's a lot of hours, but you like the hours because you feel like you're helping people and helping kids and helping coaches move up to different positions and all that. But my dad didn't want me to be a coach, and so I tried some other things. But my journey, you know, through high school, junior college, into the MAC, the journey, I wouldn't trade any of it. You know, if at the end it is you'll be the head coach at Arkansas, you wouldn't trade any of it. You know what I mean? So are there a lot of hours? Yeah. Do you get a lot of criticism? Yeah. You know, that comes with the job. I mean, you do. You want to, you know, punch a guy in the face every now and then. Hell. I mean, when you was a kid, you fought, right? And you know, you just say, hey, time's recess, let's go at it, you know. But times have changed. And so, but it's a profession that where I am now from where I ever thought I would be is a dream, and very grateful and thankful for that. Hell, I'm thankful to be up here in front of y'all, and that's an honor for me.
I was interviewed this week by a writer for ESPN that's doing a story on the possible loss of the walk-on and about how the game has changed. You've been very vocal. I think Kirby Smart's been very vocal about trying not to lose a walk-on program. And just give your thoughts maybe on that, and if you see any hope for that, if it is, what maybe context would it be, and just your thoughts on the old walk-on program.
I guess, guys, the difference in a walk-on now and what might have been, until right now, until this year, is you can cut scholarships up a little bit now. Before it was a full scholarship, room, board, books, tuition, fees, and cost of attendance. Well, now you get 85 scholarships still, but you can work them different, like softball and gymnastics, and some of those sports are able to do. So we had one open the other day, and we were able to cut it up and help 3 different kids, you know, on scholarship. Now, I'm not the look at me, you know, video guy, watch me give a kid that ain't my style. But we did do that, but as long you know, as I'm the head coach, we're going to have one that doesn't get anything. Now, he doesn't have to be more than 6 months or all that, but, you know, out of respect for the trophy and the Burlsworth family and all that, we'll always have somebody that is what everybody in the room would consider a true walk-on, and then hopefully he earns it, and then he can get a little bit of money and help that way.
Last thing, Coach, for those who get, you know, we talk for a living on the radio and hours on end talking about what's happening with college football, with money and transfer portal. this audience here loves college football. That's why we come every weekend. Talk about the future. Do you see a future where all this money and the playoffs and all that, will the game remain still a great game? Is all this that's happening going to take away ultimately from the game? What do you think the direction of the college football is going?
Well, I think the main question, I've got a question going back to you. What are we teaching 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kids? And to me, what are we doing there? I would like to see the number of transfers and how often you can transfer stop. You know, if you can. Now, I'm not saying not pay the players and all that kind of stuff. This NIL and all that, it had some good bones to it. It did. Us as coaches took it a new direction, is what happened. Originally, it was earn money off of what you done. You know, if nobody knows you, probably not positive exactly where you're getting paid. But with revenue share, I think what it does, it equals it out. The kids still are able to make a good living. You know, we all don't come from the same household. You know, we don't. And some kids need it a little bit more than others as well, maybe to send back home or whatever that may be. But the bottom line is to make an unbelievable amount of money before you ever stepped on the collegiate field is crazy to me, you know, and that may hurt me in recruiting. It doesn't. Hell, we still pay them too, but I still think it's crazy. But I think that revenue share, where we're earning the money, we share it with them. I don't have to go out and talk to a bunch of you people in here all the time who have been more than grateful and helpful and saved our program, in my opinion. I like it a lot better that we're doing it, that we're sharing the money with them, and I don't have to go out and beat the bushes and say, can you please help us, even though I might. If you get a call from me and you haven't received a call for a while, it ain't good. You know, I've been thinking, you want to meet me down in Hot Springs? Yeah, what for? For your wallet. I mean, for a conversation. Anyway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Sam Pittman, everybody. Thanks, Coach. Great stuff here today.